People get ready, there's a train come. You don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All right. It is Monday. And this is Nichols Live, or what's left of Nichols Live. Monday. I missed most of the weekend. I'm not up on the news. I got to spend it in my home away from home. If you want to call in today, the number is 501-499-6022. 501-499-6022. And if you want to text a question or a comment, the number is 440-897-0611. You know, guys, I've tried really hard to mold this group of people into the group that, if it's willing, it can change things. But as with most things, the willing gets to be less than what we need. I just got this from Greg. We have 7,743 people listening right now, just through the listen line and whatever streaming live. It was fully my intent today to come on and have to announce to y'all that I'm done. I have to announce that I'm finished. Don't need to tell you that the funds for the treatment have not come in, except for just a handful of people that have bought the time to get us to here. And as I was planning to tell y'all that I was finished, I get a call from Lisa Haven. When I get through with this program, I've got to do her program. It will probably be for the last time. And then when I got off with Lisa, actually, while I was talking to Lisa, thanks to Dan Brown, North Carolina, I talked to a legislator who is 100% behind the states' rights plan, understands it thoroughly. And she wants me to talk to her fellow legislator, the one working hand in hand with the governor, and try to get him to get the governor to understand. I would be remiss if I didn't tell you it sounded promising. Alden, your mic's on. If you. All right. So anyway, she is very supportive of the plan. Agreed very much. Let's go to Brian. Brian, are you there?
Yes, sir, Mr. Nichols. What a pleasure from Tennessee. How are you?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good. I want to tell you, this thing starts not just at state level, but it starts, and people need to realize this. If you can even get someone that you know in the government, whether it be a county commissioner or someone that'll give you an ear, I was successful in doing that. My county commissioner has now taken it to, and of course, I could call our legislator and I could call our senator, but let's be honest, with a random person calling versus someone that's already in there with them doing it makes a big difference. And Mr. Nichols, this thing's going to get traction. And sir, as the scripture says, don't grow weary in well-doing. You've been through a lot of shit. I hate to say that right after quoting scripture, but sir, I've been listening to a lot of your interviews and stuff over the years. They always collaborate. They always come together. And you know what? Not to put you in the same line as Jesus, but people always say he's either the most tricky, magician of all time, or he was who he says he was. And sir, I feel the same way about you. I stand with truth with you, and you're either the most crooked, imaginative man in the world, or you're who you say you are. And Mr. Nichols, I stand with you. I stand with state rights, and you need to know. Just somebody in Knoxville, Tennessee needs to give you a little encouragement. How did it get this far? How did it get to someone like me, just a person in Knoxville? How did I find out? It's getting traction, sir.
Well, Brian, thank you, and you did right. That's the whole purpose of the plan, for you to take the initiative, find that person, and you're right. That's what I've said since day one, Brian. None of us know who we know that might know someone that knows someone.
There you go.
But Brian, I'm about done, buddy.
I know you are, sir. Don't grow weary. And that's easy for me to say. I'm not living it. And buddy, you've lived a life all the years that you fought for this country, and like you said, sometimes you may not be proud of what you've done, but you stand behind what you've done, and that's with honor, man. And you know what? You're a hero to me, buddy. And I'm not going to keep you because I know you need to get to some other stuff. But I want you to know I've grown to love you as a person just listening to your story. Hang in there, man. By God, take this stuff to them sons of bitches, and let's make it work.
All right, Brian. Thank you, son. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Folks, that's how it works. It's not up to me. Y'all don't need me no more. You know what to do. You know what to do. You know exactly what to do. And I want to thank Dan Brown. I will talk to the person in North Carolina. Dan did an excellent job talking to the person I talked to because they were very much informed. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Part that I failed at, I think, is being well enough to make y'all believe. A lot of you to believe. It's your country. Now, in accordance with what Brian said, remember I told you I did not trust Paul Manafort. Well, I hadn't been home 10 minutes, and on the screen pops the fact that Manafort had made some $12 million. Actually, Carol Chaplin told me about it as well, some 12 million plus from Crimea, officials there. And what you don't know about that is for him to have made $12 million from Crimea, Russia, that whole deal that he was involved with had to go through the State Department and Hillary. It had to go through Hillary. She's known it all along. And as that story gets out on Manafort, it's going to pass on to Trump. It's going to be all over Trump that he's a buddy of Putin. So much so that his campaign manager actually made $12 million off of Putin. And the media is going to play it up, oh Lord. Donald Trump should have listened to me, but he wouldn't. Not because I'm somebody, just because I've been down that road he's going on before. Just because. You know, I've asked God for help. Some has come in, but not a lot. And now we've run the race and it's too late. But I will do Lisa Haven. And I will do the person that's working with the governor. I will talk. You got to do your part or lay down and give up. I'm not giving up because I don't believe. I don't hear one of you say that. I'm giving up because I don't have the money to keep going. Do you hear me? I'm not giving up because I don't believe. I know the country can be saved. And I know it can be saved by the people that are listening right now. Susan, bless your heart. She sent 100. She's such a loyal supporter. And there have been so many of you that have sent what you could. So many. But what I don't want to see happen, I don't want to see y'all quit because I can't keep going without the funds. You need to get the video, do exactly what I told you. Maybe you can take a little bit of comfort in what Brian said. Not comparing me, of course, to Jesus, but just do what I tell you to do on that, and you'll see it would work. It's already working. Now, whether this person that's working with the governor of North Carolina, whether he's the magic thing we can use, I don't know. But we got there just in accordance with the plan, just the way the plan said it would work. Can't y'all see that? Can't you see that? Sometimes you just have to believe. Sometimes you just have to know something's right. Now, I'm sorry to all of you. I'm sorry that I'm not the Pope. I'm sorry I'm not the man of character that whatever I say, you can just absolutely whatever. I'm not that man. I just told you the truth. And Lori, if you'll call in, Lori wanted to call in and say something. Let me know when she calls in. Anybody else want to say something? Now's the time. 501 499 6022. 501 499 6022. And thank you, Greg. Greg said you have not failed. Oh, yeah. I have failed. The plan hasn't failed. The plan needs your help. The plan needs you. And I hate to say it, but your country needs you. Your country needs you. And if you're ever going to fight for it, you better stand up and do it now. And there won't be any fighting anymore. Trump's out taking on the media. He's telling the truth. Donald Trump's telling the truth. Media's crooked, and you all know it. Mainstream media is crooked as a snake. They're a part and party. They're the propaganda arm that is destroying our nation. They are. Thank you, Brenda. She said 100. That's your heart, honey. Brenda, it would take you and Susan. It'd take 8 more like y'all to get through what I got to go through today. And it ain't happening. There was no saying for years that I would always try to warn politicians about. I'll tell you when Lori gets through. Lori, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Larry.
All right, hon. What you got?
Okay, I just wanted to try to appeal to everyone for you today because I wish everybody out there would just trust me when I tell you that Larry is very sick and he needs your help. And he says we don't need him anymore, but we do. And, and I'm really shocked that over, 7,700 people listening to the show every single day, that really only a handful of people have been helping Larry with his finances for all these medical costs. Now, my son and I decided to let Larry use our nonprofit so that hopefully that would help you to give so you could get a tax-deductible receipt. But it's only been about not even a month, and we've only had 13 people make a donation to the nonprofit. So I'm appealing today for Larry because we do still need Larry, and I hope that you guys will want to put some skin in the game. Larry was trained as a Green Beret, and he's trained to stick with the mission no matter how much pain he's going through. He's having pain from the cancer, but his pain that he's going through is even worse than that because he's so disappointed that you guys haven't really been there for him. And he's really trying so hard. I've never seen such bravery. He's trying so hard to appeal to you that we need to save this country. And he has the plan to do it. And there's only just 2 things that we need to do that. And Larry has it all spelled out in that video. If you'll get that video, a states' rights video. And also, if you make a donation, you can make a donation to PayPal at donate.ckmd@gmail.com. And we do need you, Larry, and we love you, Larry, and we appreciate so much all you're doing for us and for our country. So you guys, if you really want to get our country back before it's too late and before Larry gives up on us, just one more time, send your donations to donate.ckmd@gmail.com. Thank you. Thanks, Larry.
Thank you, Lori. That was awful nice of you. It is just about time. All right, Richard, are you there?
Yeah, morning. It's early in the islands over here, Larry, but good morning, sir.
Morning.
Yeah, how you doing?
Doing, Richard.
Hanging like a monkey?
I guess, yeah.
Hey, that Convention of States, what that is they're going on Article 5 of the Constitution where 3/4 of the states get together for a convention to take the power away from the federal government. Do you know anything about that or what?
Yes, and we shouldn't do it. And Susan sent 300 more. Susan, please don't send any more. You've done enough, Susan. You've done enough. And thank you, Brenda, for your 25.
Yeah.
You've done enough. You don't want a constitutional convention, Richard, because everybody thinks if you have a constitutional convention that we're going to get in and we're going to get our conservative principles and causes brought to the fore and etc. What you don't understand is the liberals are going to be in there with every kind of stupid, crazy, liberal, evil thing on earth. They're going to be there fighting for their things. It will literally turn into a devastating operation. Don't do it. We have ample with what we've got.
That's what I thought, Larry, because the Constitution
Amendment 10 gives us power, right, Larry?
That's right.
And
all the power
one
we
thing,
need, Richard, is in the 10th Amendment. Every bit of the power y'all need to save this country is in the 10th Amendment.
okay, I won't hold you up too long, but Oklahoma, they haven't even, they were supposed to notify me once they got my email, my letter, but they haven't even done that. They aren't doing their part. So I'm gonna just keep on banging on their door. And also, Larry, I'm gonna start hitting the mayor, senators, and congressmen in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, some way, Larry, we're gonna get through. But
well, that's the attitude, Richard, that you've got to have. You've got to have the belief that if you call enough people, and it doesn't matter, you don't know, Richard. This plan is specific in that it says, Richard, we don't know who you're going to talk to that may know the person, that might know the person that can get us to the governor, to get a governor to stand up or a legislature to stand up. We don't know. But you got to try, and you got to tell them the truth.
It came in my head, and I thought, yeah, what a plan. Go ahead and call them all, because, Larry, we got a gold mine today. We got the internet, so we got all the phone numbers, all the emails. Larry, I'll keep on working on it, buddy.
All right, Richard, I know you will, buddy.
I'll keep you up on what's going on with Oklahoma. And there's 3 other people working on it.
Thanks. Yeah, Richard, by the way, I haven't been able to talk to you off air, but it's because I've been in the hospital.
I know what's going on. I know what's going on, Larry, and believe me, I got the prayers shooting up there to the King of Kings, and also I got you on other prayer lists at the same time. Folks, please donate. If you got money in the bank, Larry needs financial help for his health. I know this man, I haven't even known him that long here on this earth, but I know his heart. His heart is love, is what his heart is, and he does need your help with. If I had more money, I'd send more money to Larry. I sent a little bit, but I haven't worked in 2 months. And if you guys got money, don't hold on to it. If you help another human being, God's going to bless your life 10 times over. Believe me. I know that from being in business. God's kept me in business for 34 years. I'm a one-man circus. I'm a flooring contractor. And God's blessed me for 34 years. 34 years. Today, I own a house in Hawaii. I got peace in my heart, only because I serve a mighty God. And he will bless you if you're willing to talk to him. If you got money, try to help. God bless you, Larry.
Thank you, Richard. By the way, I got this from Greg. Pastor Sanders probably won't start this week because Alden's going to be going on a trip, so we're not going to be able to start Pastor this week. But he'll be there for you next week. He really will. He'll be there. And to show you again the confidence in the plan. The confidence. One man, Dan Brown, he ain't nobody. He's just like me. He's just like you. He ain't nobody. But he bothered to call. And he kept calling. He finally got to somebody. And now we're going to talk to the person that's working directly with the governor. Don't know how it's going to come out. Can't tell you that. But I can tell you that I will tell that person the same thing I've told y'all over and over and over. Same thing. I'm going to tell that person same thing. It's on that video. Same thing I've told y'all over and over and over. And that governor of North Carolina, he needs to know it. He needs to know it. North Carolina did right. They passed a law. Bruce, you're on the air, buddy.
Hi, Mr. Nichols. Thanks for taking my call. I think your discouragement, if that isn't too strong a word, may be due to the fact that folks could perceive that events have passed your plan by to the extent that they now see it as a backup plan rather than as the primary plan, which they could rightly believe is electing Donald Trump president. Now, I think, especially in light of these Manafort disclosures by the Times, you can emphasize that the situation is even more fluid than they know, and that they need a plan that doesn't revolve around a single individual like Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
Because he may have to withdraw too, just like Hillary may have to withdraw for health reasons. And that may be part of an overall deal, that they both withdraw.
You know, Bruce, we should be so lucky, but it won't. Well, let me tell you, in case you want to know, one of the things Lisa Haven asked me, Bruce, was what happened to Hillary because of her illness. And I've told you about her illness. I don't think she's as sick. I think it has to do with her eyesight and stuff. But if she were to drop out, I can tell you right now, the FCC has a rule. They will go to the DNC. The DNC will have a choice. And the DNC can run if they choose vice president, which they will not, Biden. I mean, anyway, the guy she picked for her vice president, which they will not do. Okay. Or they can make a suggestion to delay the election, to stand down the election until they have another primary and pick another candidate. When they do that, basically Obama's still president, and you've got the FEMA provisional government.
Does the public know that generally? This is the first I've heard of it.
Nope. See, the public don't know a lot of the technical things that are out there, Bruce. That's the problem. That's what I've tried to do over the years.
No, I think it could impact the overall perception of your plan if you were to explain this, because we're now entering what appears to be a very fluid situation.
Well, this plan, as I have told you, Bruce, and told Arden, I've got another call I've got to go to, Bruce, but this plan was designed before there was even a Trump thinking about running. I did it before then, and I didn't do it.
I don't want to confuse. I don't want to, mislead you. I'm all for it, but I think it may be more saleable as a backup plan.
Yeah, I see
now
what
we
you're
need
saying.
backup.
If the reason I look at the plan with or without Trump, if Trump gets beat, you better have this plan to stop Hillary. If Trump wins, you're going to have this plan to strip Washington's politicians from defeating Trump on everything he tries to do. This plan is the only thing that sets you free as a nation. It really is. It's it. All right, Bruce, my brother, thank you.
Well, thank you. Best of luck to you, and Godspeed. Thank you so much.
Thanks, buddy. All right, who else we got? Hey, Mike. You set you free as a nation. Hello, Mike. You're on.
Yes.
Bruce,
you there?
Yes, I'm on, Mike. Guys don't have much wind.
Yeah, this is Mike from Tacoma, Larry. I'm here to give you a word of encouragement and know that everything is going to work, Larry. God tells me that there's something afoot, and your plan is going to work. I live in a state where it's total liberal, but I know that there's a movement of God going on that will change things, Larry. And I'm here with Virginia to encourage you on the fight, because you have led us, and I know that the money is not there, but it is coming. And the most important thing is to realize when people do donate to you, those that have been consistent in their donations, that's a gift of God, and accept it as God's gift to you, because you as a patriot deserve to be honored by the people who are honoring you by their sacrifices and their gifts. And I encourage and urge others that are out there listening to my voice to hear the word of God, and that is protect your leaders, protect your patriot. Give him what you can, because God will reward. I know that for a fact because I see it in my own life. I help others. I help Larry. And I know that it's in the giving that we are made free and we receive special blessings from God. So I am here to encourage you, Larry. I'm your older brother from another mother who will spank your butt to keep you going. Okay, brother?
Mike. Thank you, Mike. Thanks, buddy.
Okay. God bless you, and I'll talk to you later, Larry.
You too. And thank you, Jerry. Jerry sent 100 out of. Thank you, Jerry. But because I don't want it to be about money for me anymore. You know, I don't know anymore. It's just tough. Tough making a decision that we have to own up to. The plan doesn't require me, it requires you. The nation doesn't need me, it needs you. I think I've done all that maybe I'm here to do. I don't know. I just don't know. But I know it's hard to have the strength. Another day. And I've been going just one more day, just one more day. Till the days get blurred. And then I get frustrated. And I do get frustrated. I get frustrated that the one thing I did not want to happen happens. And that's for things to revolve around me. Well, I can't give you the power. You have to get the power. You have to dig down inside of you and get the strength. Now, I know some of you are thinking, well, you're giving up, so I guess I can. I've told you I'm not giving up because I want to. It has nothing to do with my want to. I want to fight it to the end. But I just have to realize. Just need to realize. If you're out there and you want to call in, the number's 501-499-6022. 501-499-6022. And if you want to text me, it's 440-897-0611. You know, I guess if you ask me what's wrong, it's as much as it is being sick, it's probably that of a heart being broken. because I came here bound and determined that we would build an army together, and that we'd have one thing in common. We're all different walks of life, different backgrounds. But I thought we'd have one thing in common: future of a country, our country. Future. And I tried to bring my grandbabies up this weekend. I just couldn't see them. Can't look at them. Can't look in their eyes. We had a rule in Nicaragua. Whatever you did when you went around the base camps of the refugees in Honduras, right along the border, told all my men never look in the eyes of those children. Because when you looked in their eyes, you saw hope, dreams. They had no future. And it would kill you. It would kill you to look and see those eyes. And those eyes count on you. Count on you to protect them and keep them safe. I can't look at the eyes of the children today. Because I know they've got dreams. They see the world as this wonderful place they're going to grow up in. In this country they thought they had. I think they have. Country that's being destroyed and taken from them. You can save the children. You can. You can save the children if you will just engage the enemy. Just engage the enemy. But the problem that I've noticed for years and years and years, we all too often, all of us, including me, sometimes we overlook the true enemy. The true enemy is us first. We've got to lay down all the excuses. Put them down. Put them away. Lock them in a box. We should throw the box in the river. Excuses don't ever get nothing done. Nothing. Nothing. Ever. Ever. Engage. And yes, when you engage the enemy, you're going to feel the sting of battle. I can assure you, you are going to feel it. I have felt it many, many times. Just like I feel it today. Being torn apart so many different ways. Being torn. Being torn about things the way they're going to be versus the way they could have been versus the way they should have been. literally, we're at the darkest hour this nation has faced since the Revolutionary War. At least then they never had it. They never had it. We've had it. I don't lose it. Brian, are you there?
I'm here. How you doing, Larry?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Hey, I was thinking, and I know you're talking about the states' rights, and everybody should get involved with that. I actually bought the video myself, and I did learn a lot. But my one question to you would be, if all this is going down, and obviously the country's in a bad direction right now, why doesn't the people, which is also in the Constitution, why can't we have a armed militia storm the White House and just arrest everybody? Because the military itself knows what's going on, and you yourself has said that. Why can't the military take action? I don't understand that. What are they waiting for?
Brian, there's no way that can happen. No way. There's no way the military, and I've heard people talk about it through the years, there's no way the military can take our country back. That's not what it's required. That would not work. That would not work.
Isn't that in the country or in the Constitution, though? To where we the people, we have the power and we have every right in the Constitution.
We have the power, Brian. We have the power through the Constitution, through the 10th Amendment, through our state sovereignty to rule this country. You got it?
Right. No, I know. I hear what you're saying. I'm just, I was just saying to myself, I see all these videos on, the Alex Jones, and I see the other lady there. The one
I know.
She was saying that they got UN troops all in the United States as we speak. The military is basically sitting back and allowing this all to happen, and I don't understand why.
The military can't get involved, Brian, because who would the military fight? Who would they choose up and fight? Who? You see, that's the dilemma. The military can't engage the enemy because the enemy's us, buddy. They can't.
Right. Well,
they have no right.
The enemy is our government, and I mean, I understand the government, issues the orders to our military, which I understand. But at the same time, if you got people in Gandhi who actually have been ordered to stand down and died because of it, why doesn't the military, when they're told to stand down, disallow that order and stand up and say, you know what, we know what's going on, and the people we're defending the United States. We want our country back. We're sick of it.
Can't happen that way, Brian. I could spend 10 hours of programs trying to explain it to you.
Right. No, I hear you, man.
It just won't work. There's only one thing. Our founding fathers gave us one tool. Well, they gave us two. Number one, they gave us bullets for our weapon. Our bullets are our voices collectively, and our vote. And then they gave us our 10th Amendment to ensure that the federal government never trods on us, never gets big to the point where it rules. The federal government's always supposed to be ruled by us, the people, and the states are the element that are to keep it that way. And the states have exceeded that power over and over and over again. And now we have no choice but for the states to stand up and reclaim it. Ain't no military got to reclaim it. The states have to reclaim it. The military cannot know who to fight. They can't.
Right. I totally agree with you there. But the thing is, with all the people, what do we got? 95 million Americans all out of work. What are they doing?
Yep.
Sitting home doing nothing and watching their country deteriorate by the second?
Yep.
No.
Most of them,
How about
51% of them, Brian, are sitting back home. And they're sitting home and they're drawing some pittance of money from the government, and they're just trying to vote in people that will give them a raise. They don't want
but the
jobs,
one
they
thing
just want a raise.
No, I hear you. But the one thing these people need that are in that circumstance, and I'm not saying, bad things about certain people. I'm directing those that know that they're just sitting back, like you say, basically collecting a check and waiting for the next one to appear. How about those people that should be working legitimately start putting forth the effort and doing and getting the states' rights thing going? Put a little time into it instead of sitting there watching TV and old reruns on soap operas. Getting
Well,
involved.
Brian, I've got to run, buddy, but you just gave yourself your job. Get the video.
Right? No, I totally agree. I'm doing my part there, boss. So, but I just
thank you. You bet, Brian. Thank you, and I mean it. Show that video to them, and then say those words to those people. Say those words. Get up off your butt. That's what it's about. Brian, thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. All right, folks, we've got 14 minutes. 14 minutes. If you got something to say, say it. If it's your chance. I don't know what'll come in today. If it does, I will go. If it doesn't, I won't. If it does, I will, and we'll try again. But I'm really pretty tired. Really pretty tired of asking. I'm awfully tired of begging. And like I say, I'm the least part of the cog now. Anyway, you're it. Got this from a listener. My heart's breaking too, brother. God help us all. Yeah. Well, I fear a lot of Christians are praying for help. I'm fighting keep you the right to pray. Keep you having the right to pray. Because these people want to take that away from you. Got this from a listener. Hi, Larry. Mr. Trump will be calling on the Michael Savage show on Wednesday. Maybe you can call his program and he'll help you speak with Trump or get in touch with him. Listener, Trump knows where I'm at. I have sent him things through channels that I know have gotten to him. But up here, Trump now is so surrounded by the Manaforts and all of these people to where, you know what? I don't know if anybody can get to him now. And he doesn't have much time anyway. He doesn't have much time. He is, he's got to change the dynamic of the rates. I can tell you that. And if he doesn't, all is lost for him. But it doesn't have to be lost for you, for us, the grandkids. It don't have to be lost for them. Doesn't have to be lost for them. It just don't. So, with that, folks, got 10 minutes. And you want to call in now? It's time to do it. 440, I'm sorry, 501 499 6022. 501 499 6022. If if there are no calls, I don't feel real strong right now. Let's let's do. Let me see what I got here. Clinton will reverse her promise not to vote PPP once we are forever in. You're right. Listen, everything Hillary says is a lie. Everything. Alden, I wish in the time left of the program today, my fever and everything is just burning sort of out of control right now. Close the program with the trilogy if you can find it. All right, what do we got? We got a caller. I promised I would. Caller, you're there. Hello, caller, you're there.
Hey, Larry, Greg, Leading Edge.
Hey, Greg.
I'm hearing it today, brother. I didn't know if you needed a little help in the last few minutes, but I'm sure the people would much rather hear your music than to hear me.
Greg, just do me a favor.
Yeah, buddy.
And
Anytime.
thank you for Leading Edge, by the way. And folks, we all need to thank Leading Edge. Just
Yeah.
close out 7 minutes, buddy. You can do it.
All right, Larry, you get some rest,
Yeah.
brother.
Here, Alden, I think, is going to play a tune, and you and he work it out. Thanks. See you, folks. Oh, I wish I was in the land of cotton. Old times there are not forgotten. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland, Dixieland, where I was born. Oh, early on a frosty morning. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. You know your daddy bound to die. Oh, my trials, Lord, soon be over. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. His truth is marching on.
Well, that's the voice of, I call it the golden voice of Larry Nichols. I think we all realize there's going to come a day that we won't hear Larry's voice anymore except on a recording. I'm going to run into the same thing, and Alden's younger than I am. It's going to be the same for him as well. The only thing we're going to be remembered by is what we did for the kingdom of God and what we did for our families. So right now I want to get a little bit serious with you and say what Larry has said before, and that is, get off this network if you have no intention of doing anything other than just listening, hanging around, being entertained. There's a lot of other places you can go to be entertained. We need people like Lori and Larry and Alden and many, many others. And forgive me for not mentioning your name, but for everybody who has ever donated time, talent, or treasure to this program, the blessing that you'll receive will come from the Lord himself. And know how blessed you are to help Larry Nichols, because he's done things, been places, had meetings that only God himself knows about, because they were at such a high level. But you're in the army. You're in his army. You're in God's army. God's special forces, I like to call it. And you didn't have to go through Fort Bragg or Fort Benning to jump school to get there. But I do, yeah. Yeah, I would like for you to go ahead and since I don't have those notes in front of me, go ahead and put that up and
Okay.
also say it, please.
If you'd like to volunteer, even if Larry can't continue on and want to be a part of the community, please email nicholslive, LERN, @gmail.com. Again, it is nicholslive, LERN, @gmail.com. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you, Alden. And I'm absolutely sorry that Larry could not continue today. I can hear it in his voice, and I know how he's feeling. But I sent Larry a little something earlier, and he didn't read it. But I'm going to read it. I believe that the goal will be met today financially. I've said this to Larry before. And it may be met before we get off the air. It may be met after we get off the air. And I'm going to have Alden come on in just a second to give out the PayPal address. But Larry, this message is for you, dear brother, and that is, we know that you won't quit until you take your last breath. I know it. You know it. God knows it. And, God is not going to allow this mission to fail, because if he finds even just a few righteous people, he will save this nation. So let's do all that we can. Alden, in the last bit of the program, why don't you give the information out for Larry?
You can donate to Larry by sending a gift donation to nicholslive@aol.com on PayPal, or you can send him a money order, a check, or something else through the mail at 58 Kensington Drive, Conway, Arkansas, 72035, I believe. And we're running out of time, so here we go. If we can, we'll be back tomorrow.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby.